Happiness is a good flow of life. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind repugnant to reason and against nature. If you lay violent hands on me, you'll have my body, but my mind will remain with Stilpo. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Think of the life you have lived until now as over, and as a dead man, see what's left as a bonus, and live it according to nature. Love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own, for what could be more fitting? You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. In your actions, don't procrastinate. In your conversations, don't confuse. In your thoughts, don't wander. In your soul, don't be passive or aggressive. In your life, don't be all about business. It's time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective. I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Let us prepare our minds as if we come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? Curb your desire. Don't set your heart on so many things and you will get what you need. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Where then do I look for good and evil? Not to uncontrollable externals, but within myself to the choices that are my own. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would have not mentioned these alone." That's why the philosophers warn us not to be satisfied with mere learning, but to add practice and then training. For as time passes, we forget what we learned and end up doing the opposite, and hold opinions the opposite of what we should. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. How does it help? To make troubles heavier by bemoaning them. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. I judge you unfortunate because you have never lived through misfortune. You have passed through life without an opponent. No one can ever know what you are capable of, not even you. If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. The good life for man is the life spent in seeking for the good life for man, and the virtues necessary for the seeking are those which will enable us to understand what more and what else the good life for man is. It is only by participation in a rational, practice-based community that one becomes rational.